Sabina doing something.
I know that many people will feel sorry afterwards for not asking, so that's why I'm...
Yes. Actually, I remember in India, in Tiruvannamalai, we had one time some Japanese people asked, can we have satsang with you? So I said, yes, come. So everybody came, we sat together, and they just look at me like this. I said, okay, if you want to speak something, you must come and you can ask. I don't think I'm going to be embarrassed or anything. You can ask anything at all. And for a long time, then somebody asked something, and then I had to use this one question. 25 minutes, and after this, then again I was saying, okay, anybody would come, and very few. Then in the end I said, okay, I'm very happy to meet everybody, and okay, thank you. And then my translator came after satsang. She says, oh Mooji, they're crying and they're asking, what happened, and when can we speak to him again? I said, but you never spoke to me. It was something very strong. So I understand what you say when you encourage people to ask. Perhaps this is the first time we are speaking in a group like this. So what I would suggest to you is, if people have some questions that they would like to ask, if you think about something, maybe after this meeting you will maybe feel something, and if you would like to do it, you can write it down.
Okay.
Next time we come to sit together, you come and we can look at your question. No?
Yes. Yes, sure, we will do
really?
That for sure. Yes.
Yes, and many people, they feel some hesitation, some doubt, some resistance or something, because they don't know what is going to happen. I know how that feeling is. But I can only tell you that it's always something beautiful will come out of it. Sometimes, we are a bit afraid, or from the mind, afraid that your life will change. Some people are like that. They feel like if they really open their heart, their life will change. And what I want to say is, let it change. Because it will only change to become bigger and more open, more light, more happy. Because the mind, when the mind is in service to the egoic self, to individuality, then it is full of delusion. And many things can seem real and seem frightening, but in fact they are nothing at all. They are nothing. But because we become accustomed to them, used to them, then you believe their energy, but sometimes it's nothing at all. So I invite you to take the risk and come up and say yes to the opportunity of discovering what is true. Because a human being in their true heart should not be afraid. They are not a fearful being. A human being from the heart is not a fearful being, not afraid. Yeah? They are not even brave, not even you have to be brave, not even brave. I would say, but very powerful in terms of their peace, in terms of this, the presence and the contentment. These are simple things I point to, but they are profound in experience, because we are very easily disturbed. Somebody say a few words to us that has a negative tone, and we are shuffled up and very disturbed. This does not have to happen, see. And also, your own light. is not to be hidden. It's not to be shown either, but it's not to be hidden. And as you become more and more clear, cleaning from the mind all the negative conditioning, this light shines by itself. Don't even have to say, oh, I want my light to shine. Don't say anything like this. There's only a desire, a pull to go more deeply into the truth. Like something is calling you inside. Come more. Leave this, leave that. Don't bother with this right now. Leave all these duties that you have given yourself. And just say yes and come inside a little more. Then you can go outside in a different way. If you think about inside and outside, maybe even inside and outside will also become meaningless for you. Just there's a unity of being, and it is not different from who you are. So that is the invitation of Satsang. And you have tasted it. I want to say to all of you, if you have someone like her, like Sabina with you, already it's big encouragement, because many times people come here, and here, even in this room I'm sitting now, there are quite a few people, maybe 25 people here. They're from all different countries. They're from all different countries, you see? And each one of them is a bit like our Sabina is. You come, and maybe one day you will help also to bring this understanding to your own country. Who can say? I don't know. But I see the light inside her, and she's a light for you also. So this is my encouragement to you, and you have come now.
Yes, you convinced me.
I'll get one.
I have to choose my words because I'm most related with the technical stuffs in English, but I have one small question for you, because it is something that I really look for an answer, and because it is something written in the Bible. I don't know how much the Bible is the truth or no, but it is something said by the Christ, who mentioned that you have to give to the Caesar what belongs to the Caesar, and give to God what belongs to God.
Yes.
Please explain in your vision this sentence to me.
Okay. Well, I will explain it, and I also want to know from you why this sentence is so attractive for you.
It's so attractive for me because I am looking for to have the harmonious alternative to live in this life, in the social matters, and all the time, in the same time, to bring spirituality and God in this life. Okay? So,
Okay.
I have also some, let's say, nice saying, some discussions with my, let's say, people, and I try to explain them that there must be harmony between these two words. So that is why I'm looking for a stronger point of view and a lighter point of view from your side.
Okay, that's good enough. Maybe we can talk more on this subject, but let me see what I can tell you now.
Okay. Let's have a start.
This giving to Caesar what belongs to Caesar is really what he was saying, is that in the normal day-to-day circumstances of life, you have to also live according to the rules of that life. Okay? Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. In this case, he was talking about, was asking him for tax or something like that. And he says, no, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, meaning that, also, Caesar is also an expression of consciousness. Caesar was also, in this case, you can say, represents like the government or the ruling body of the day. Let them, when consciousness is functioning only in the capacity of that type of understanding, also, even for the one who is awake, they will still also, yeah, okay, you have to pay these bills, you pay the bills, that's fine. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, because that is the correct for that level of thinking. Give to God what belongs to God. Give to really what belongs to your own search for truth. Then give full attention to that. What belongs to the world, let that be as it must be. Don't think you're above that, you're better than that, that doesn't exist, or that's non-reality, or because that thinking itself is arrogance. So let it be like that. Give to Caesar, who is an aspect of consciousness, a play of consciousness. Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Give to the truth. Give your attention to what is to the truth. I found that also a beautiful statement, because there is a tendency in people that as soon as they become interested in spirituality, they begin to, in some way, dismiss the world as though it is a lie, it is wrong, or something like this. But better is to see it is all one. One is the temporary phase of consciousness, and one is the absolute, like this. And yet they are different in expression, they're one in essence. I would put it like that. But I would like you to say something more, to go more, clean up, satisfy your heart in the time we have now, if there's any other questions about these things.
No, actually I have my own interpretation, because I have seen a lot of people saying that this body is not so important, the only thing that is important is the spirit, and I try to explain them if they are sick or ill, or if they have a big pain in the shoulder, let's say like this, their meditation, their connection with God will be very, very wrong. So that was also very, very difficult to connect to the silence from inside, because the body all the time.
Yeah, that is not true necessarily. I mean, maybe in the beginning stages, when the mind is not sufficiently immersed into heart's energy, then it might be like that. Because you are right in the sense, I would agree, that there are people again who say things like this, like, the body is not important, whatever. There is some truth in this for many people, but I cannot put it as a sweeping statement for everybody. For some people, their body is very, very important. Maybe for some people, their body's health is as much spirituality as they can cope with at the moment. So I don't want to say it is this or that completely. But what I would say is that the body itself is also a form of consciousness. But the body is that aspect of consciousness that is somehow governed by time. There is a dimension of consciousness which has nothing to do with time, and is beyond death and life and all of this. So the spirituality is a truthful search for the human being, because he wants to go beyond the jurisdictions of time, naturally. And so he has to go beyond just bodily consciousness, because the body is itself in time. It's a time capsule, actually. And mind also, our personality, identity, projections, dreams, attachments, memory, all of these also are time bound, you see? But your inmost reality, your spiritual self, your pure self, is beyond time. This thing you can come to know, and not just know it in a dualistic knowledge, but recognize that you are this. You see, essentially, and without cursing the bodily expression or aspect. But for sure, if someone focuses only on the body, and another one focuses only on the self, I would say, which one of them is better? I say, one who focuses only on the self. You understand?
Yes.
If I have two people in front, and one of them focuses only on the body, three people, another one focuses only on the personality, okay, usually means personality and body, and another one only focuses only on the spiritual nature. And if I have to say, well, which one would you choose as, you know, as a candidate freedom, I would say the one who focuses on the spirit. Because to focus on the body is in time, it will come to an end.
Oh,
The idea of who you are will come to an end, and it is always changing.
No.
But the one who focuses on the spirit is always
I
is
understand what you said. But the only thing was that I made the parallel with the body and the Caesar, because the government is on time. 4 years, 5 years, enough to go left. That the body is the same. It's like the same, but you have to put this together, to work together in order.
It's more like on material nature. It's like it's like being concerned with material nature, but this body being also material also. And to be fixated on that, often you will find that the consciousness hasn't really developed in any kind of maturity. And also the life that is bound mostly in self-focusing on the bodily aspect